Now I'm live, but I don't know if I lost viewers. Alright, there, I'm live. I probably lost viewers, but whatever. I love all you guys that are still sticking around. I don't know why the audio had to do that. Yeah, at least we're back. Whatever. I just played this line bad, but whatever. I obviously just I just be tilting. I be tilting too hard at because I just think people are just playing so cute versus me all the time. I need to just that was kind of tilted for me just losing. Just so sick of people just playing so fucking weird and I mean I'm just losing because I'm getting boinked on. Like let's be real, guys. Like these cards, this all in EV. Like I'm not we should be only if we ran even with EV, we would be only what 3K away from completing the challenge. I mean we'd be 5K away from completing the challenge, which is still and I don't think I've ran the best. We still got a week left. Obviously, we got to get out of 200 now and move up. Not playing the best poker for sure, for sure. I'm definitely playing more Doom. Like the stake has fried my brain. Like the level of play is pretty ridiculous. Like it feels like I'm playing meme lines off CD. Yeah. Like people are just trapping every street versus me. People are just playing so weird. It's so hard to do anything. 100 online, 100 big blind effective. We open UTG with jacks to 2.5, cut off 3 bets to 10. Okay, let's just do this. We'll do 2.5x, and you can do this, and then we'll do cut off 3 bet, and I'll adjust size. Cut off 3 bets to 10. We call. Flop is queen 9-6. Rainbow. So let's do it like this. Queen 9-6. And then what we'll do, I'll keep the pre-flop ranges the same. And then what we'll do is we only bet sizes. And then what? So in order to make it 10 more bigs, we got to increase the pot by 5 bigs. So 21.5. And then 2.5. And then we got to lower the stacks by what? 2.5 bigs. Okay, and let's create the solution. I'm reading this text chat. I'm reviewing a guy's hand in the stream. I don't know if he's still here. Hey man, appreciate a ton again. No problem, bro. So anyway, it gives a range bet. I'm suing. Our opponent's C-bars half. We call. Yeah, I don't blame you for calling flop. I mean, if the opponent's really really tight, you could start folding this hand funny off. Because the queen high board, you're supposed to be getting cooked on. Because your opponent's just huge range advantage. So you see, in theory, it already folds. So just because your hand doesn't improve that easily, and if your opponents are guaranteed he's someone who's aggressive and likes to triple, then you're either gonna have to commit to calling him down on a bad board for you, or you can fold. Turn is a king. This is kind of a crazy node. Turn is the king of hearts, bringing backdoor flush draw. Yeah, I got it. Check. River is also 4. Okay. So obviously check is whatever. We check. Opponent bets for sure. We jam. Opponent bets 3-4s. We jam. Let me give you my opinion first. 50 or more opponent card. Basically, on whether jamming is correct or whether I should just lead river or just check fold. The issue with jamming here, dude, is you kind of just block potential folds. Blocking Jack 10 in this line is just never a thing. So obviously you block him from having a hand like King Jack, to like bluff catch you. But the issue is like I think you're tunneling too hard on like the Jack's blocker blocking Jack 10. It's like it matter like it's no specific. It's the lines matters. So like he's not gonna check Jack 10 on the turn, or at least he shouldn't. Even then, it's not that many combos. The main calling range here that you want to avoid is like obviously you're trying to get him to fold the king, so blocking King Jack is fine. But like at the end of the day, you probably still more likely to fold King Jack. I don't like jamming here because I think the reopen is like quite nutted. I mean, it depends. If your opponent overfolds, he overfolds. It has to work pretty often, right? Because when you jam river here, you see it doesn't jam in theory. You just jam like Queen Jack because you want to block pairs. You want to block like King Queen and pocket queens. Because I'm assuming your opponent could have pocket queens displayed. Yeah. So like that's obviously a snap call. So like you could just turn your hand like Queen Jack, which is going to be better now in this node, into a bluff. Because it's basically Queen Jack just blocks calls because your opponent's never going to do bet check back with the Queen here. So the Queen Jack is always going to be better. I'm open parentheses in Discord. Okay, good to know, Gillian. Yep, it's my industry. So like that's the thing. I think you're tunneling too hard on like this Jack's blocker, which you need to actually like be aware of like what your blockers do in the game. And then the second thing is like the overfold. So here you're risking 79. You're risking 79. Okay, you bet 3-4. I'm just gonna do it as the sim. I know you jam for a little more than 80. It's not like quite perfect, but like whatever, man. So you're risking the pots. You're basically jamming like what? How much is the pot at this point? It's 79, right? Yeah, obviously because this is all in. So it's basically like pure MDF, right? Is that actually real? You're jamming 79 into 79? Oh no, the pot's 75. The pot's 75. Okay. So your bluff has to work over half the time here, but you're giving your opponent like a crazy price. So if you look here, you're supposed to only call 50%, right? Yeah. The reason why he gets to fold this much, if you look at like and people don't understand why like, oh, you fold this, it's because your bluff you're risking 79 now to make money to this. So you need your opponent to like very confidently fold ace king. Obviously, if you're getting pure folds here, if you're getting pure folds from these hands, then it's making money. So you have to ask yourself, you forget your blockers, screw the theory. This spot, it will never play out like it does in theory. A, how often does he have these hands? This matters, because these hands are never folding, right? This range, it's never folding. So if he has this very often. And then B, these hands, and screw it, let's include bluffs. How often is he folding these hands? And you can include how often he has them. And you need to keep in mind, you need to get 50% folds here. And screw your blockers. Like, obviously your blockers help, because, okay, he's less likely to have queens. So if you were to actually, like theoretically, you could find this spot. But in reality, with check raising, you actually need to be aware that, like, this node, if it's overbluffed, for example, let's say, oh, it's overbluffed, well, then calling, first of all, is going to be better with your hand. And second of all, it's usually better to check raise, let's say you're not sure, into an overbluffed range. Because then, obviously, like, your opponent can't call you with ace-5, right? So it just feels nicer to bluff if he has a lot more snap folds. But, yeah, you just need to be aware of the odds you're actually giving up here. And, like, the issue is a lot of people will get into this spot, and they don't realize, they'll look at their pot odds, they got to call 43 into a pot of 145. Like, a lot of people are not good enough to fold these spots. They're not good enough to fold these spots. That's the issue with a lot of these players. They're not good enough to fold with these insane odds. Because they just think, oh, I only got to be good 23% of the time with ace king, I'm going to call. So that's why it's really hard for the spot to be like printing money, and it's way easier to be losing. Because if you get called by all of these, and let's hypothetically say your opponent, okay, whatever, like let's say he has these, but if you're getting called by all these, your hand's gonna be good. Yeah, my thought process was that he wouldn't have sets as he would have prob triple. Yeah, agree now that jacks aren't really relevant blockers. Yeah, you're blocking like ace jack if he's nitty, and then in game I thought double blocking nuts would be good. The thing is, I think this is a spot where blockers are quite fake because you still need very high frequency ace king folds, right? Obviously, it's really easy to overfold this spot. You see what I'm saying? But yeah. But did it work? And lead river, I don't like leading river. I mean, it's kind of okay, but I think you just beat stuff. Like you could beat tens, right? And even then, you could just bluff your ace highs if you call flop. It looks like. That's what's preferred, ace-x backdoor flush draws and stuff. Because you kind of want your opponent, what's your opponent's folding range on the river, bro? It's jacks. It's tens. You see what I'm saying? I mean, maybe he's overfolding. I mean, you know your pool. But I don't like to be results-oriented. I mean, this is a spot where you can be results-oriented, though. Because there's some players, by the way, that would call you with range here. So the fact that you at least know it worked means it might be like slightly okay versus the player. Because some people, like, there's people at the 200 L stake I play will not bluff these hands, and they will call all of these hands, bro. So I would just get range called. So if it ever worked, I would at least know it could work. These are spots that a lot of like higher stakes rigs when they play lower will just never take though, Kevin, because it's too high variance and it's way easier for it to be torching than it is to be like giga winning, if that makes sense. There's no reason to like statistically think you're gonna get an overfold here, when you kind of need one to be like, you kind of need one to be like printing, if that makes sense. Like if you're not getting an overfold here, it's probably hard to be printing. I think the line analytically is overbluffed, like bet check bet here, but in practice, like I don't know, people just kind of like knit it up with ace king on the turn and then like I don't know. Love the analysis. Okay, I hope it made sense. But I think like the one thing I change about your thought process is don't think about blockers here because you actually need to have like enough awareness to understand like blocking like you need like just like seeing the spot with more clarity. Like you need 50% folds. What's the main hands in his range and how are they gonna play? You know what I'm saying? Just because he's capped and like some people will just call these hands, right? And then your line is losing. And also be self-aware enough to know like. Because some people do the cope where they're like, oh, they'll go run it and they'll see, oh, ace king folds and he called it pure. Okay, well I'll be making money with my value. But then when they get to the river here, they just jam all their value and they never have value in the trapping line. You see what I'm saying? So you also want to be self-aware enough to know like, do you actually mirror your strategy? It's okay not to exploitatively. Any more grind soon? Knit Spear, I'm gonna be grinding at like 12. I'm gonna just stream right now. I'm gonna eat and I'll watch the game like after this. But I'm doing a study stream right now. But yeah, Knit Spear. We will be streaming for like probably 4 hours tonight. I might have to go to bed earlier though, because I might get just too tired. Like if you look at my face, I'm still swollen and cooked. It's good. It's gotten better, obviously, but it's kind of boring. Like I kind of liked how silly I looked through the content. It was kind of funny. And yeah, let me review your hand now, Gildian. Let's look at this. Let me pull it up here. Okay, Ace King, 2 flops. What are the stakes? 25-0 with an ante on coin poker. Okay, Tony Taco. I love the name. Tony bets. You range bet. I fuck with that. Calls. Tony bets this size. Okay, my calls. You could size up here, Tony. If this is a recreational, I don't know history. Is it? Let me see. Mike. Okay. I mean, his coin's probably a reg, but I think this is a sport where you can start overbetting for sure. You could at least pot it. I think like you can bet king queen. I don't think you want to bet ace jack and stuff. Let's run the hand as a sim, and we'll no lock range bet flop. I hope that's fair to assume, because you should just run hands where you actually know what your range is on the turn. Now, if 75 is your only turn size, then that's fine. You're just gonna have trouble on the river. I just feel like exploitatively you could also size up here. It's a reg. Okay. Does it hurt? Yeah, but I'm on painkillers. Alright, enjoying the stream. Nighttime here though. Yeah, you should just run 75. I would try to be curious. Obviously this spot is overbetter check, right? I'm probably gonna start playing more normal on the flops, guys. Because I think I'm like low-key griefing. Like people told me I need to play better on flops, but I've always played my flop strategy at these stakes. And it's worked out. I gotta stop range betting. Because the issue is I'm playing spots I don't know. Where when I know what to do, I just feel like I play better. Alright, we'll give you the range bet. We'll just give him the call. Just on this board, the turn queen is quite good for you. Obviously, he's gonna have like hands like queen 9 and 9 8, but you have the range advantage of this king. I think you could just go like obviously here I like the overbet and it likes it. Like just small overbet you see because like hands like ace jack don't like betting. You just like betting queen x, and then like hands like queen 9 are okay obviously to bet and like, but like weaker stuff than that doesn't really want to bet. So you can just overbet everything and then leverage your ace king advantage, and it just gets more value because he's gonna defend hands like 10-9, jack 9, stuff like this, right? Especially when you have ace king. But we'll give you 75. Let's see if 75 means like, let's see how much EV it loses in theory, by the way. It might not lose that much, but it's harder to play. The reason I'm telling you to run overbet is it's literally harder to play 75. You only lose a little, but you see, in order to make 75 worth it, you gotta find these random niche ace jack thin bets. You gotta bet king jack now for value. Whereas when you run overbet, bro, you can just fucking bet the good hands and then have your bluffs size up. Okay, he runs call, right? Or does he raise you? No, right? He just calls. Yeah. In turn is a 3 of clubs. Wait, you're oop? Wait, did I misread spot? Oh, is it BVB? what is action? You're in small. Wait, I messed up. I thought it was button versus big. Small blind, and where is he? He's in cutoff? Wait, you didn't flat. He limped? Wait, what happened? What happened? What happened? What did you just call? Oh my god, it's a 3-bet pot, dude. Oh, dude, I'm literally, oh my god, it's a 3-bet pot. I didn't even realize they Kagami just said it in chat. My brother in Christ, it's a 3-bet pot. Whatever, something mean, okay, guys? I'm fucking reviewing hand histories. Send it in big blinds next time. Bro. I was literally losing my mind. I realized the second, and then people in the chat were cooking me. Like, whatever, okay. Okay, your line is like way more valid then, man. Your line is way more valid. I was legit thinking, bro, it was a fucking SRP, bro. I don't know why I even thought that. I literally don't know. I think it's because the sizes look like smaller to me because it's 25 and L. So I was thinking like, I was looking at the sizes like they were big blinds. Like they just looked like big blinds to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like 5.1 and 1.68. Like it just looked like big blinds because you had it in cash and it was throwing me off. But it just looked like big blinds. Like, and then like it was kind of not making sense here. Okay, your line's like way more valid. Okay, half pot. Let's give you range. It's fine. It's Daijobu. I need to fucking play better though. I'm gonna stop range betting. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this shit. Because I want more stuff to study. So this week, guys, we're playing more dark tech strats, more focused, less lazy. People are just telling me I should simplify, but like I don't even know. I've always wanted to at this pool. Okay, so it's like complete opposite actually. It likes to run 1/3 on turn here. I wonder how much ace king gives your opponent. It's because both players have a lot of straights. Because it's giving a villain a lot of ace king. So because there's like a lot of like range asymmetry, you just like bet small. Because that's usually what happens on these mono boards. Now let me look at your line in practice, because in practice I'm just gonna assume he doesn't have ace king. Yeah, you bet 35 call. Yeah, okay, the issue with your line, I think you should just jam river. The reason why is I don't think your opponent's gonna have any bluffs, bro. And you need to think on the river when you play. When you're trying to debate between running check call, this is important out of position. You're debating between running shove for value yourself. Because most people get it backwards. They get a bad river card and they just check. Because they're scared. And then they try to bluff catch. But this doesn't work in all lines. Okay. You get a bad river card, you check. You either decide check call is it better. If your opponent has a lot of bluffs, for example, and they're not gonna call you too wide, well then check call will be better, right? If your hand's too good. Will shoving yourself be better? This works if your opponent has like potential bluff catchers. Or check fold. And in this spot, because you're clearly scared on the river when the club comes in, you have to evaluate a check fold, shoving yourself, obviously, and then check call, right? The issue with check call is he doesn't have that many bluffs, like for a low stakes player. Like the bluffs in theory, like he needs to find like 9s, 8s, or something like niche. I don't even know he's supposed to have this. He basically needs to turn like each jack into a bluff or something. You know what I mean? He basically has to think you're overfolding, like 10-9. I don't know. I can't even think of the bluffs in practice. This spot is so underbluff. It's so underbluff that I don't even know how I bluff enough. I would find some like random hand because I'd be like, yeah, I'm probably at the bottom here and just bluff it, just to have bluffs, because I would think the spot could be overfolded. But yeah, and then if he doesn't have a bluff, it's probably gonna be with the ace of clubs, first of all. So you should just shove yourself for value, right? And if you have no spade here, like I said, if you have no club, the spot's really hard to bluff. You could potentially run check fold if you know the opponent. That being said, I would just shove here with most hands, but yeah, because the jack and the queen are naked, like you saw, and you ended up running into it. Like he's gonna have these king, jack, king, queen hands. It's not like the board is like the 6 and the 10 are like the diamond and the, like, you know what I mean? Like if it was like queen of clubs, jack of clubs, well then it's way easier to for your opponent to I mean way harder for your opponent to flushes, right? So like he actually does have in practice have a lot of real flushes, right? Like he has, I guess not much. He has queen, jack, and king, jack. Like you know what I mean? So with the ace of clubs, you're feeling pretty good. He also has the low ones, right? Like 9-8. And like 8-7, let's give him that. It's 5-4 maybe. But it's only like 6 combos of value. Would it fold out some flushes? No, Frog, never. No one would ever fold flushes here. Flushes is also best blocker possible. Because your opponent, when he has a flush, just literally wants you to block a flush. And when you have a flush, you'll block 2 combos. That's why flushes almost never fold. Because they're also the best bluff catchers. Usually. Because you also block two combos of different flush draws. So you block a lot of different... That's why flushes, like... Your opponent would never fold the flush here. I don't think, like, ever. You would never call 5-4 on the turn here. Like, you could fold 5-4 on the, I mean, yeah, you never fold 5-4 and call 5-4 on the turn here and then fold river. So yeah, your issue is your thought process in the river. Like, you need to, like, be able to give your opponent a lot of bluffs. And, like, right now, you have to give him, like, LCS level bluffs. Like, if I had a bluff, if you check to me, bro, like, honestly, once you check and the guy jams into you, I mean, he could be value owning, like, he could think, but I don't think anyone would jam, like, 9-8 here, because they would think you could have ace king. Like, this call is, like, you actually probably should find fold, like, honestly. I don't blame you for calling, because it's, like, low stakes, whatever. You have ace of clubs. He's really only repping, like I said, 6 hands. So, like, he just needs, what, in theory, 2 bluffs? And, like, you could get those random-ass 2 bluffs. You know what I mean? So, okay, I don't blame you for calling. There's 0 bluffs and so little value. Yeah, exactly. So I don't blame you for calling, because it's like, okay, what are the chances this guy's just a punter? Or he just has his 2 combos of bluffs. That's whatever. I'll just call. But, that being said, 6 combos is still... And also 6 is being generous. It could be the 3 combos of value. Like, you know what I mean? 3 combos of bluffs. So... These motherfuckers... Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to even have a bluff. And you know why you shouldn't bluff, bro? Because you still called it your hand. So it's hard for you to even be overfolding. I mean, obviously you would fold like ace king, nothing. But let's actually node lock in practice and see what the bluffs are. Obviously you're not supposed to run 75 here, so the spot's going to play out quite weird, but... How much EV do you lose? Probably lose a good amount, because he's supposed to have ace king. Yeah, even in theory, bro, you jam with ace king here. So, yeah. If you run check... Like... Yeah, you need to have, like, king 6. Okay, like, these are the actual bluffs. Like, let's do this. King jack, obviously, yeah, king jack that he calls turn with. Stuff like this. King jack, king 10, hands like this. Like, yeah, if I had king 10 here, I'd probably find it, but... Could find the fold. I wouldn't beat yourself for finding the fold, bro. The thing is, if you're trying to make like these like hero folds, just jam yourself, because people could easily call wider here. There's some spots, like for example, that are very similar, but your opponent actually will have way more value, and they're not as nuanced as this. In those spots, you can actually run check fold, but only if you know your opponent's a huge nit, because they're so hard to bluff that you like it should go check 90%, and when it doesn't, it means they're beat. There's some boards like that in poker, but yeah, so that's kind of how you have to how you have to think of the oop. It's like basically, okay, first of all, you decide, are you getting stacked? Are you getting stacked? And on the river, you should decide here, okay, I'm getting stacked. And then, so that means you're never check folding, right? I'm getting stacked. Okay, so then once you decide you're getting stacked, you decide how you're going to get stacked. What's going to be the better way to get stacked? And in the spot, you should have found the jam. So, yeah. But it's basically just a cooler. I mean, you can definitely cope and say you run bad, but, like, the why you lost this session was because you ran bad, but you could play better. And so just don't beat yourself up for it, because legitimately it's just run bad, and who cares? But... you should find these spots for later, so next time you play better. Because you don't actually see, because the thing is you won't see later. Like, let's say you play the spot later, and the guy goes check, check, and he just has, like, fucking king, queen, king of clubs, or he just has fucking jack 10, and he would have maybe called you, and you don't know. Well, then you miss that spot, and you won't realize it. You know what I mean? You'll be like, oh, I'm scared of the flush, and you'll move on to the next hand. But in reality, those are the spots that actually affect you. But then you play a spot like this and you lose, and then you blame yourself because it was a bigger pot. So you have to be aware of that. I'm going to have to go quite soon in a second here, guys. But I hope that was a good hand history review for you guys. I hope you... Okay, let me add some guys to the server. Adding you. Appreciate all you guys for being in here. I know the shit was like lagging. But, yeah. The issue is I'm so focused on thinking about what reality is like. I'm not really thinking about studying too much, guys, because my pool is playing so weird. Though I do need to actually just start playing my flops better. I'm gonna play more my style of strategy. I just prefer not to. This fold was kind of crazy, guys. Should we run this in like the multi-way sim? Sure, let's just do it. It's like kind of normal, and why not? Why not? Let's just run it. feel like I don't have preset sizing saved. But why is everything just 66? Okay, so he's never supposed to bet. Let's give me 33. Does my EV go down or up? It's so hard to look at ranges. Okay, obviously we bet this sometimes. He calls, and then what's he supposed to raise as a bluff? Yeah, so he's supposed to be aggressive here with like Queen X. Like multi-way sims are like kind of crazy. Because he's calling like worse stuff, so he can bluff and then raise thin. Okay, so anyway, he raises, which he's definitely not raising this thin in practice, by the way. And we can start folding already. This is like such a crazy fucking sim. Raising Queen 8, but most of his raising is done from like sets and 2-pair. He has like some top pair. He folds some top pair. Holy guys, we're gonna start looking at multi-way sims every day because these are hilarious. Wow. Ace of Hearts. He runs the check here, and I think I wasn't supposed to reopen, to be honest. Yeah, I was supposed to check back, but I ended up inting and betting, and then he just ripped. And Ace Queen is a pure fold. It's actually losing like 20 bigs. So, good job. Good hand by me. Except for reopening was losing. But he just had it so much. Because, like, he's just not jamming. Like, this is the only bluff I could think of. And this bluff, guys, look at the equity. Like, 33% when called, basically. Like, and that's not including, like, running into King Jack, which is, like, a good amount of my range here if you look at it. So, it's like 40% versus my hand. Multi-way sims are kind of crazy. Yeah, like I said, if you guys play on GG, though, I'd appreciate if you could upload some hands to the content hand section here, guys. You need to go in the replayer and then share the replayer version of your hand. Like, you could see what people do in here. I'm not going to look because I'm trying to get content. So, because my editor is going to edit the hands, and we're going to make a YouTube video where I try to guess the stake you guys plan. Me and Benna are going to do a competition where I try to guess the stake. Should be an interesting video. I hope you guys will enjoy it. $2 from Garrick. No way, man. Betting my life saving on Bears money line equals plus EV. Yo, Garrick. Wait, guys. Do I show you guys my fantasy football teams? Wait, hold up. I'm 0 to late. Whatever. We only got real ones in here anyway. Let me look at my DMs. I'm going through my DMs. Anyway, let me see my team. Dude, this is the team I have, guys. It's like quite stacked. But it's losing this week. Because look at my receivers, dude. I'm running Jefferson, Nico, and Neighbors. I have Pearsall Brown on the way. I'll show team. But like, I have 3 first-round picks. I have so many firsts. I have 2 2028s. I have 2 20. I traded Puka. I originally had Puka on this team, but you can only start 3. So I just figured, okay, I shouldn't have 3 studs. So I just delayed it down the line. I need Gibbs to get like 40 tonight to win in this league. This is the main league I care about, though. This is my main dynasty with all the people I know. And I literally was up like 40 going into the net, or 20. I'm at 10 last night with Neighbors and Gibbs versus Scadaboo and Andrews. And fucking Neighbors got outscored by Scadaboo by 21 points. I did not think that was gonna happen. Yeah, I have Rice in this league as well. Yeah, that's my fucking team. You're called I should have hand history for review. Let me see it. This American football stuff? Yeah, I'm kind of obsessed. I have 10 leagues if you look at, or not 10 leagues. I have like 8 leagues if you look at it. So if y'all have a fantasy football question, just fucking ask me, bro. Yeah, on Sleeper I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I have like 2 other leagues on other sites. see. 10 leagues is crazy. Yeah. Watching local Club Plus slamming beers. Watching CT in real time is better than Euro Tiki Taki. Bro, I love you know what it is about football that carries, guys? It's the pacing. It's the pacing. It's just the best sport because it's the only sport that's like, it just has the best pacing out of every sport. Like the fact that it's play driven, it just feels more like so much more of a strategy game. It's like an on and off, you know what I mean? And that makes the pacing good. When I watch other sports, I do think soccer has potential. Obviously, I'm like, if I was British, I'd probably like soccer more. But the other sports, like when you watch basketball, it's just the pacing is it's back and forth, I don't know. It's just like nonstop for like 48 minutes. It gets boring. Whereas like football's pacing is just every play. Like there's so many parts of the game that feel like they matter. The Girogen doesn't work really. I don't know why that. Basketball pacing is so good. Sod, you don't even watch regular season basketball. You literally don't even watch it, bro. You be telling me it's good. The issue with basketball, Sod, is it's too many possessions. Slightly, I don't know. In my opinion, I like that field. I like football because there's a game of field position as well. Just everything flows. It's pacing, but then you also like there's so much variety in the game. Whereas basketball, it's like you could in theory just run the same play over and over and over again. If people couldn't stop it, in theory you could just run it. I mean, you could say that with football, I guess. You could run the ball, but there's a difference between running it on the 1 yard line versus running it at. I need a sign-in link, but none of the. I don't know why that's happening, Blender. I'm not their support guy. I like American for some reasons. Various formations allow you to manipulate matchups. Yeah, exactly. It's also a game of strategy. I like the intensity. Obviously, it's the best for gambling for a reason. I mean, like fantasy football is so fun due to the pacing. Like you can literally follow it. Like you watch the guy go. All the games are at once, so like I could just take Sundays off and watch almost all my games. Obviously tonight, I'm just gonna be like every time Gibbs is in the game, I'm just gonna be like, are we gonna score or what? Are we gonna score or what? Don't American football? I mean, kinda, yeah. But you still have a lot of sports. Yeah, it's not the best. I mean, that's the downside of football is the injuries. I will be honest. I don't like the amount of injuries that happen. It's obviously like very sad. Like what happened to James Conner this week was not the best. It's fine. Most of them remember their children's names. Yeah, true. Betting my live streaming on Bear money line. Did you have it this week, Eric? If so, good for you, man. That was a fucking hammer. Guys, should we look at fucking sports bets? Should we look at sports bets? Let me look off screen. Is this like illegal to like sports bet on stream? Should we look? Is there a good line tonight? Should I be like a fucking one of? Should I just become a professional sports bettor? Why isn't it gonna let me log in? Like, I'm not showing this on stream. Bro, review Epic 300 Big One Pot. Alright, I got you. I'm gonna review your spot. Alright. Let's review the spot. You crazy for this. Okay, so raise, he 3-bet, you 4-bet. I don't know. I don't think you need a 4-bet from these spots. The reason why is, in theory, when this hand 4-bets, it has to call off. Kind of. Obviously, you're like a lot deeper, so I mean, it's valid, but it's valid. Do I still have Wizard open? Oh my god, did I close it, dude? What am I doing? Okay, I'll just say what I think in theory first. Range bet, fine. I mean, this spot is definitely overfolded, bro. So it's okay. Yeah, I mean, I just like to I like hedge for my mental health, bro. The issue is you're playing at such a stake, bro, where I feel like you could just fade some of these like lower standard deviation spots. Maybe this is bad advice, contrary to what your CFP tells you. I know this is what I did back then. I just felt like there was so much free money that like I don't need to like bother like making my whole day come down to like, yes, this line is probably overfolded, but like look at this guy, it's just like randomly just has Jack 7 and calls you down. Like I just feel like maybe you just need to knit it up more at your stake. You could have this red line when they don't have anything, but like I said here, like getting people off strong hands is like, I don't know. Actually, like there's a guy in the chat that I'd rather ask him about because he would know this spot better than me. Sod, what do you think of this line? What do you think of this hand? Sod poker. Because I don't know what to say for 5-0, but I'm sure Sod would have a better idea. He's more like he probably knows more about this stuff. You like it? Yeah, I know it's like MDAY's overfolded, right, Sod? But like, what do you think of if you play 5-L? Like, do you think you like does it matter? Like, could you just like? I wouldn't beat yourself up for it, Frog. I like seeing the Jack 7. Makes me feel good about the barrel. Oh, really? Like when you see him call Jack 7 on the river, you just think like, oh, he has probably so many folds on the river. That's what you're thinking. I mean, yeah, the river price is really, really good. And the fact, but he called Jack 7. Because he probably ain't calling that every time. And he has a bunch of other shit. I don't know if this is good logic, Sod. Like, if I saw a guy like Jack 7, I would never play this hand the same way twice. Like, you think if you played it versus this opponent, you would take the line again? I would never do that. What are we learning today, then? Benna, we're learning how to bet on fantasy football. Well, the fact that, yeah, exactly, he's playing wide. But, like, couldn't you just, like, in theory, just, like, call here? Or, like, I don't know, just, like, check flop once he calls? Like, why are we trying to get this guy to fold a pair when he's just, like, potentially just going to stack off? Like, that's my opinion. I understand, like, MDA wides, the triple here is overfolded in 4-bet pots. But, like, once you just B10 and he just calls some yap like Jack 7, like, can't you just check? Like, you're trying to get him to fold a pair, and this guy, like, might never fold a pair. Like, he literally might never fold a pair. Like, you would play this spot twice like this? Like, I don't know. Just to me, it just seems, like, not worth. I get your logic, though, Sod. Like, I get it. I'm not as good with this, like, playing versus the Rex. Like, when the guy just clearly fucking stations me again, I would give up range. Yeah, I mean, you gotta fire river because people just might overfold river, right? People get, like, scared. And the price is too good. We're learning how to be the one I'm working on that, Benna. You can just value bet super thin. It's hard to go thin, though, because you have to have a 4-bet pot range Spice Wolf. It is versus, like, a Rec. It's a 5 and L hand, right? He also just has too many 8x. It's not that, because your price is too good. You're not worried about the 8. It's more so, like, if he's willing to call Jack 7, you play the spot twice, he could theoretically just call every pair, and, like, you could actually make money. If they peel Jack 7 suited pre, yeah, exactly. And he peeled a turn, Benna. He peeled a turn. Looks like we need to check somewhere. That's kind of how I feel. And still call down. Yeah, that's how I feel. Honestly, though, you want to know how I play, guys? Like, I'm not joking. Like, I don't know this guy's stats. Wait, can you, like, see on there? Like, no. I don't know this guy's stats. I play, like, so bad this spot, but, like, I just, like, fucking... If the guy's a maniac, I just call. Like, I CBA, bro. Like, I just can't be asked. Like, some people play this spot better than me, but I just can't be asked. Yeah, exactly, Sod. So you're saying you feel better with the Jack 7. You don't flop flops to fold turn 6. To fold 7 turn. Yeah, exactly. Bro, like, if I know the guys are capable of being, like, crazy like this, yeah, my 4-bet, I just don't want to get shoved on. I literally don't want to get shoved on, because I don't want to 4-bet call off. That's why I would never 4-bet versus this guy. Like, I mean, unless you didn't know he was, like, clearly a maniac. But, like, obviously, like, if this guy has Jack 7 in his range, I'd rather just, like, call, and then, like, when I hit, I just raise. Like, I don't know. But honestly, like, okay, if I know he's this wide, I would raise. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. There's no advice to give. Your line's fine. Like, I'm sure MDA-wise it's overfolded. But what I'm saying was what Sod said, like, I wouldn't do this again versus him. Like, obviously, like, in theory, the guy who's, like, really wide probably will just overfold this line over and over again. Ace queen off more? Yeah. I guess not overfolded if he has Jack 7. Yeah, turn might be over. The hard part is it's probably just river is the worst. Like, the thing is, if they're so wide, I can understand the logic. But you could just run check call on the river, to be honest. Like, because everything you're getting to fold, like, he's not going to fold in a 4x, right? Or 7x, clearly. It's hard, though, because you're never going to play versus this guy twice. That's why I just prefer to play these spots like passive for my sanity versus people like this. And I probably give up a little bit of EV. But it's easier if you're, like, people who are in CFPs play this spot better than me. Like, this guy seems like such a unicorn. Mentioning MDA here is surely shilly. I'm just trying to help people. Unless you had legit 0 reads. Yeah, I know, but people view, like, this guy's clearly a recreational, right? So people would say, like, because, like, Rex, like, people just overfold in 4-bet pots to triples, right? It's just, like, a thing. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't look at MDA, which is why I kind of, like, don't know what I'm talking about. He tanked on every street. Need to hop in Twitch chat because I can't see it. Personally, I don't take don'ts on every hand. Every plays in Rex and last pool every very short periods of time. So you're often going in readless. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was talking about the MDA stuff. And using GTO is stupid. Yeah, obviously not using theory here is dumb, yeah. Dude, I just like fade these spots for sanity, but I'm probably like giving some EV. Like versus the guy, like I don't know. Like the thing is, dude, you're playing 5-L. I just don't think you don't need to take lines like this to win. Like the reason you will like if you think it's profitable and you want to fight for more EV, but you're clearly worried right now because you're like insecure or whatever because you've been like downswinging like you said, you've been telling me. Like probably take less marginal spots that are gonna like hedge your sanity, bro. Like you don't need to do this stuff to win at 5-0. So, because like if you're gonna beat yourself up when it goes bad, then it's not worth it. If you're just gonna do it and be like, oh, I'm lucky I was versus that guy, and you have like a resume of proof of taking spots like this and winning, well, then you're not gonna get upset when it goes wrong. You know what I mean? Or as upset. Timing tells where most of your, I wouldn't say most, bro. I would not say vandalize. That's kind of dangerous. I would not say most of your EV is coming from timing tells. I legit thought I played this hand. No, it's a 5-L hand, Benna. Need more coffee? You're good. Watch Clancy's vid at 15L. No, that won't even help him. He's playing 5-L, dude. And the thing is, I don't know data, but I'm sure 5-L, like, people just fold less. I'm just sure. Like I remember when I played 5-0, you would just have so many unicorns that would just like go for hero calls. Because it's not the difference between 5-0 is for Rex. It's just not that much real life money. I swear this has to be true. Like people will say like, I'm sure the data is different. Like the Rex at 1K must play different. Like I could be wrong, but like, I couldn't imagine. Because people say fish, yeah. If people say fish or fish, bro, I don't think this is true. Like I'm sure, it's a lot of money in Belarus. I mean, valid. I'm sure Belarus regs play different though, and there's probably not many Belarus regs at fucking 1K, so still. Anyway, this hand is whatever, man. I want to beat yourself up. Some fish are definitely fish. I agree. But like, I agree. But I find like, guys like this at Jack 7 at 2K, not a lot, but sometimes. Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, the Rex at 2K are just going to massively overtoss the spot, right? Like, that's more of like the Rex at 2K, right? Like, or am I just wrong? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just wrong. But whatever. They're going to like float and then like massively overfold turn and flop. Yeah, obviously, yeah, exactly. I don't know. I probably just have resentment because I find like sometimes people are just like crazy with their MDA guys. The lesson I learned is that fish do not fold on paired boards. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I feel. Yeah, I don't know how true that is either. I'm not gonna spread misinformation, but I don't know. People say bluff the rec. I like bluffing the rec when they're like, I know for sure they're capped. I know I'm definitely losing some EV by doing that, but I kind of just have always done that for my sanity. Ben a little, bro. What's so sketchy? You know what, dude? You're always here at this time when I'm doing my study stream to rage bait me, bro. Yeah, you're from America, sketchy. Do you play fantasy football, bro? Genuine question. Let's see if I have like one more hand to review. Let's like look at my amazing graph. Sketchy is back. Yeah, he is. He's back to fucking troll me again. Big fan of your work. Do we watch a Sketchy short, guys, for content? Shout him out. Let's go date. Wait, where's... Oh, it's date. Oh, some of these hands are so pumped by me. I just can't. Okay, we can look at this one. Is it actually a jam river? I just jam because people call me with McDonald's. Permanently. Wait, how do I load replayer? People are just calling me with McDonald's on the river. Like, I don't know. I regretted this in game. I just like level myself. This is at 100 now, but... Wait, is it gonna load? Yoo-hoo. No, I don't do... Dude, you don't have to gamble on... You don't have to gamble to play fantasy football. You can play with your friends for free. I never gambled on fantasy football. But base though, honestly base. Base for not sports gambling. Based. I don't recommend it. I'm probably gonna get in stream here soon, guys. Fucking itch, bro. Okay, this just won't load the replayer. I can like pull up the hand, I guess. Like, I think just by doing it, it's cut off. Whatever. I'm just not gonna bother. Is there any other hand history in the Discord? By the way, do you do minus EV sports bets? Yeah, I do. I bet a lot of minus EV shit. I buy sports bets for fun. I bet like $5 on a minus EV. I'm pretty sure I'm up lifetime. I won money last year, so at the very least I'm break even. I've hit a lot of big shit. Kind of a sunrunner. But basically I just bet $5 and then if I ever see a line that I actually like, I just hammer it. Like last week, but I missed. That's pretty much what I do. Love that you were studying. Yeah, I'm about to end stream, June. The VOD will be up. We're gonna do the study stream every single day. I gotta lock in to just keep doing it. I'm gonna try to actually play more accurate. I'm not gonna simplify the range bet. It's just not how I play, and I've just been kind of doing it because I've been downswinging. But like I'm just done doing it. My CBET was like 50 something, so I was like, okay, this is too low. But I'm just gonna play better tonight. And yeah. Studying is for nerds. I mean, Sketchy, not everyone's as good as you, bro. You know what I mean, Sketchy? Because you're just born different, right? I'm gonna watch one of your fucking shorts right now. We're gonna pull up one of your bangers, bro. Unless you don't want to hear your voice, it's cringe. I play from my intuition like a real man. Bro, I play from my intuition, but I'm just like inferior, unfortunately. I just pretend to study, so people are in my stream think I'm not an intuition player. How to lose 13,000? This is a free promo right now, Sketchy. Bro, you lost? You can't hear the audio? Oh, you can't. That's right. You can't. You can't. Ah, whatever, man. Who cares? Basically, you lose this hand? Oh, man. That's unlucky. Whatever, guys. I'm just about to end stream here, so I'm just trolling. But, yeah. Anyway, boys, good luck me. This is my fantasy football. We need Jahmyr Gibbs to fucking lock the fuck in. That's what we need. And then I'll be live after the game. So, appreciate everyone being here. Shouts to you. Shouts to fucking Benna. Shouts to Sketchy. Benna, we gotta get that video going. I'll DM you. I think we might have enough hands now. I need to get like my one video out, but I'm talking to my editor tonight. So, yeah. If you guys haven't, I would appreciate if you could just post a hand history on the GG Replayer in the content hand section here. I don't know how many we have, but I think we have a good amount. I'm trying not to look. If you play tier event stakes, you could maybe run multiple, to be honest. But it's probably like kind of cheating. So if you already posted one, appreciate you. Yeah. It has to be on the GG replayer, which I'm not gonna pull up GG because I have like Wizard open and it's gonna take too long. But yeah, basically you just go to your PokerCraft, you hit replay, and then you share from there. But anyways, thank you guys. I'll be live in like 4 hours.